Right, so as you have just witnessed, we are now the proud owners at the airline of this plain white, but still gorgeous Boeing 777-300ER. This is, of course, the PMDG 777, and I'm super excited to have this as an addition to the airline. What you may also have noticed is that the weather today is very, very different from yesterday when we flew the aircraft in. So probably a good thing we're getting out of here. This is, of course, episode 30 of the Neofly series. Because it's an episode 30, we are revealing this brand new addition to the fleet, and we're going to be taking it actually on a cargo mission from here up to our Tambo, where it will be prepped for its next big mission, which will happen in the following episode. So the weather looks a little bit better at Oratambo, although by the time we get there, we might actually run into some afternoon thunderstorms. So we'll see how that goes as we make our way up there. As you can see, everything's connected to the aircraft. They're busy loading all the stuff that needs to be loaded. We're kind of going to run this in a sort of combi configuration. I don't think that actually exists for any 777s, but in Neofly, it'll work just fine. So we'll be doing a combination of cargo and passengers, and in the next flight, we'll be taking it on a fairly long haul flight, and then eventually we'll be doing some very long flights into the 13-14 hour mark. But for today, let's jump aboard, and it's all cold and dark. Let's start getting things set up to head out to Johannesburg. So we'll take the ground power and give it a chance for everything to boot up. So we are obviously flying on Neofly, and then I'm going to be using Beyond ATC as well for the air traffic control. So there's our flight plan. So I'm using the Sapphire call sign because it shows up in Beyond ATC as cargo. So we are cargo 101 heavy today. Right. Okay, so there is our flight details. And now that I have this loaded, I can get this all loaded into the aircraft. So we've got just under 20.5 tons of fuel. Flight level 390 today. So let's come down here. We'll give this a chance still to boot up. We're waiting for that little FMC option to appear at the top there, and then we can start loading things up. So while that's happening, let's go and get some lights on. So we'll do the logo lights, and I guess we can start turning on some of this stuff while we wait. We'll jump onto the APU in just a bit. These can all come on, and this we'll do a bit later. We are not yet fueled, so we'll leave that. We can also leave those until we are fueled. That's about it for now. Let's see if we have this option. Perfect. So we come down here, and we'll give this a chance. Right, this isn't like the 7.3. It'll come up over there, and we can put that in. Perfect. We've got a route, and we can now say request, and there is our Simbrief route. Right, we want to load the payload from that and the fuel. And then we can say select, and that is what will start the process of importing our flight plan from Simbrief into the FMC. And it is kind of, I mean, it's not super late afternoon, 3:30, and it looks like it's almost nighttime. It's so dark because of the clouds. Right, systems are all starting to boot up. Okay, let's activate that route. And we can accept the performance information from Simbrief. That's interesting that it wants us to go to 3.7, so we might actually have a step along there, because this one had us at 3.9. Interesting. Runway wet in Joburg, so it appears to have already started raining there. Okay, so it looks like we're going to 370. Interesting. Okay, we'll do 3.7. We'll actually have to see what Beyond ATC gives us. Because of this, they might actually send us all the way up to 3.9, but we'll follow their instructions. Okay, we can then load all of this. Right, then we need to come through here. Okay. Right, what are we doing for takeoff? I believe I should actually put this in first anyway. So runway 1, and then it's most likely Tetan. We don't seem to have a star. Oh, runway 1 I think doesn't go to Tetan. So let's do runway 1. See, it doesn't have that, so it's vectors on the departure. While we're here, we might as well do this. Joburg, most likely 03 right, but with the storms, the wind might be other way. Okay, they've given us 03 left. We're going to do 03 right. That'll be ILS Zulu. And what is it? It's Tetan, UZ2. Nivex, right? So Nivex 1 Bravo. Cool. We can stick that in there like so. What was I trying to do? So we've done all of that. So right, now we can go ahead and do our calculations. Okay. Let's do 1. And it's wet. Anti-ice, we don't need. Cool. Yeah, so it's giving us flap 5, selected temperature of 45 degrees. So let's put that in. Okay, flaps 5, we'll put in, oops, we'll put in that CG. It gives us a trim of 4.25. Might as well set that so long, which is going to be nice and easy. Aha, we need hydraulics for that. So we can go and turn all of this stuff on. And since we're fueled up, we can turn on the fuel pumps. I don't think we'll have anything in the center tanks. Yeah, I don't think so. And we can also set the seatbelt signs to auto. Okay, 40, 48, and 60. Let's check that that lines up with this. 37, 51, 57, so we're going to make some changes. No, I forgot. 51 and 57. Cool, that's set, that's done. Right, in here I like to do this, 245 up to 10,000. So these nice big engines have a lot of momentum, so when you sit at 250, you sometimes go over that limitation, so I'll just drop that by 5. Okay, cool, we do have a step to 3.9. So we'll follow that. Right. Okay, this is the other thing I wanted to do. Let's just load these forecasts. Right, then the next thing we might as well do is start the APU, and then we contact clearance for our clearance. The rain seems to be slowing down. Visibility has improved a little bit. Right, but what we can also do is start getting rid of some of these vehicles. Yeah, so this should all be done at this point. We'll just keep the stairs for now and the ground power. I didn't release the ground power, did I? No, because that's over here. Cool. Okay, clearance delivery is 1270. So let's come back here. Oh, wrong. It's 1221. That is right. 1270 is the ATIS, which is actually what we need first. So let's do that. And this is why I use the auto tune in Beyond ATC, because this just takes forever, and when you're trying to fly and do this, it's just impossible. Okay, 1270.
Instructions. Advise on initial contact, you have information Delta.
So
Cape Town Airport information Delta. 1523 Zulu. Wind 345 at A5. Light Hein. Sailing 1400 broken. 3400 overcast. Temperature 11. Dew point 0 Miner. KNH 100 Miner. Landing and departing runway 1 Miner. Transition level 080. Read back all short instructions. Advise on initial contact, you have information Delta.
okay, we have Delta. Cape Town delivery, good afternoon. Cargo 101 Heavy, IFR to Johannesburg, and we have information Delta.
Cargo 101 Heavy, Cape Town delivery. Thanks for information Delta. Expect runway 19er. Climb 6,000 feet on runway centerline, then expect radar vectors Teton. Squawk 0110.
Okay, expect runway 19, climb 6,000 feet runway heading, and then vectors to Tetan, squawk 0110, cargo 101 Heavy.
Cargo 101 Heavy, read back correct. Contact ground 121.9er when ready for pushback or engine start.
121.9, cargo 101 Heavy. Okay, so we need to change this. We are runway 19, and this does have a SID, but they haven't given that to us. They've given us vectors, so that's fine. Simply flip that around, and then we need to come back in here and do the same here. Like so. It is wet. Okay, 35, 51, 57. Flaps 5, 45 stays the same, so it's just the V speeds we need to go and change. So 135, 151, 157. Cool. It's done. We can set this to RTO now so long. Right, this we can then set to 6,000. Flight directors. E2's 157. So we'll do like 165 here. LNAV and VNAV. Actually, we don't want LNAV. We want runway heading. So let's go and have a look at our charts. So 191 is our heading. So let's dial that in. Which means we're going to be taxiing to our left, which I think is actually a shorter taxi. Yeah, it is. So that's cool. Right, then I also wanted to just get some lights in here. Won't make any difference once we're above the clouds anyway, but hey. Yeah, a little bit better. Right, this we need to flip over and what was I trying to do? No. If we go here, it'll tell us 1010. Okay, like so. Let's have a look. APU is running and we're on the APU. So let's go ahead and get rid of maintenance van apparently. And the stairs. Release the ground power. We can remove the chocks as well. Set. Okay, let's call up ground and ask for push and start. So we should get push to face north, I guess. Turn ground, cargo 101 heavy, ready for push and start.
Cargo 101 heavy, Cape Town ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face north.
Push and start approved, face north, cargo 101 heavy. Right, we're just going to use default pushback. Yes, which isn't actually going to face us north, but hey, let's just see if that is actually doing anything. Doesn't seem like it. Release the parking brake so long. There we go. Right, and then we are cleared to fire up as well, so let's fire up the right-hand engine. Should have turned on the beacon light a bit earlier. That's awkward. Okay, the rest of that is all good for now. Actually be in this cloud for very long because it said 1400. Okay, let's start up engine 1. We're going to end our pushback about there. Now I just need to jump outside, check if we've got a second tug coming, which we don't appear to. That one's not moving. It is moving. Okay, so now I think we're good. We'll see when we try and move.
You're good to go. Contact the tower for clearance.
Okay, engine 1 is coming up. While we wait for that, let's do lights. That's fine. engines are stable. Let's go with flaps 1, flaps 5. This has changed. That should be 1010. Okay, flaps set to 5. Let's release the parking brake. Let's taxi out this way. Moving, which means we don't have any issues with the tug not disconnecting. Okay, so what I'm going to do is obviously not taxi completely because we don't have clearance. I just wanted to turn because we were supposed to face north. And now we will ask for our taxi clearance. Cape Town ground, cargo 101 heavy, ready for taxi. So it's going to be 19.
Cargo 101 heavy, runway 19 taxi via Bravo, Alpha. Hold short runway 16.
Runway 19, taxi via Bravo, Alpha, hold short runway 16, cargo 101 heavy. Okay, so 16 is the intersecting runway just past the terminals here. Flight director on. Okay, visibility is okay for takeoff. I think we'll be fine. As long as we can see that center line, it's alright. And we're out over the ocean and we'll be taking vectors. Pretty light today because we've got only 20 tons of fuel. It is about a 2-hour flight from here to Joburg, which is very short for the 777, considering what it can do. Because we're aligned, we're picking up taxi speed quite easily. There's a bit of mist being blown through. Fog or whatever you want to call it. Okay, 6,000 feet is set, runway heading is set. Just around the corner here to our right, and that'll be runway 16 where we need to hold. Full idle and maintaining 15 knots ground speed. It's crazy. Massive engines on the 777. There's 16 here. Cargo 101 heavy, holding short runway 16.
Cargo 101 heavy, cross runway 16 at Alpha. Continue taxi via Alpha.
Cross runway 16 at Alpha, continue via Alpha, cargo 101 heavy.
Cargo 101 Heavy. Contact Cape Town Tower 118.1.
18.1, Cargo 101 Heavy. Good day. Right, so we're crossing 16 here. And then next up will be 19. We'll report ready when we get a bit closer. Let's do all the lights that we need. And transponder should already be done. Yes, cool. Oh, we didn't actually set the score code. Whoops. There's something I forgot. Okay, so we'll come to a stop here. 1010 is our score code. Good to get to. Okay, so oops, 10. No, it's 01. 10. Okay, that's set. Town Tower, good afternoon. Cargo 101 Heavy. Request departure, runway 19. Lights are set, flaps are set, RTO.
Cargo 101 Heavy, Cape Town Tower, wind 0058, fly heading 190, runway 19, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 19 cleared for takeoff, Cargo 101 Heavy. Okay, so we'll maintain our runway heading. Initial climb is 6,000 feet, and we will wait for next. They will hand us over to radar. Because it's wet, I didn't make that turn. Didn't do the digital checklists. Oops. Or electronic checklist, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so next they will hand us over to departure, which will give us vectors, right? Okay, engines nice and stable, brakes released, and toga. The speed's alive. V-speeds are going to come quickly.
V1.
It's V1. Let's rotate.
Pilot,
To tail strike.
have a nice flight.
Follow the flight director. Positive rate, gear coming up. Above 400 feet, autopilot on. Climbing like a rocket because we're not very heavy.
Cargo 101 Heavy, contact Cape Town departure 120.05.
120.05, Cargo 101 Heavy. Good day. Okay, flaps 1. Cargo 101 Heavy, climbing through 2,700 feet for 6,000.
Cargo 101 Heavy, Cape Town departure. Identified. Climb to flight level 190.
Level 190, Cargo 101 Heavy. Okay, up to 190.
Cargo 101 Heavy, turn left, heading 075.
Left 075, Cargo 101 Heavy. Okay, let's do taxi, turn off lights, logo lights off, APU off, which I could have done earlier.
Cargo 101 heavy, turn left, heading 065.
Left to 065, cargo 101 heavy. And there we are, breaking out of the clouds. Like I said, don't need the lights at all at this point. Right, we can set this to standard now as well. Coming up to 10,000 feet shortly. That's 10,000. Landing lights off. Speed's coming up. A little bit bouncy up here. He should give us a direct to Tetan shortly, and then a further climb to somewhere in the high 20s. Tetan, cargo 101 heavy. Right, we can now go LNAV. Okay, climb speed, climbing 4,000 feet a minute. Climbing, let me have a look at the weather for Joburg. Joburg is now reporting light rain. Visibility is still 10.
Contact Cape Town Control East 124.7.
124.7, cargo 101 heavy. Good day. So, towering cumulonimbus clouds and rain showers in Johannesburg at the moment. Wind gusting 25, gusting 36. Wow, okay. Town control, cargo 101 heavy, passing flight level 180 for 190.
Cargo 101 heavy, Cape Town control east. Good day, radar contact, climb to flight level 390.
Level 390, cargo 101 heavy. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Okay, so we can actually change this. 390 because we're going all the way up. Cool. That's salted. Alright, but there we are. First flight in the 777 for the Neofly series. And we are powering out of the bad weather in Cape Town. Heading for terms of clouds, a little bit less bad, but in terms of wind, it seems to be quite a bit worse. You see those thunderstorms up in Gauteng, they can move off in as little as 15-20 minutes, so it could be completely different when we get there. It's just a blanket of cloud all over here. Distance check, everything looks good. Got a nice tailwind, 79 knots. We're climbing at around 4,000 feet a minute still. Fuel 16.9 on board. Let's go here and have a look. 8.7 at Ortambo. Arriving 17:25. It is currently 16:02. So just under an hour and a half to arrive at Joburg. So I think what I can do now is leave you with a bit of a time lapse, and I'll join you again when we prep for descent. Okay, things are looking pretty good. We're coming up to our top of descent shortly. So I'm actually going to call and let them know that we are ready. Johannesburg Center, Cargo 101 Heavy, ready for descent.
Cargo 101 Heavy, Night 1 Bravo, runway 03 right, descend to flight level 130.
Runway 03 right, descend flight level 130, Cargo 101 Heavy. Okay, so we're on the NIBEX 1 Bravo, and we'll start our descent in a couple of seconds, and we're going to 03 right, which is exactly what we have programmed. It looks like the rain in Johannesburg has stopped. There's still a bit of lightning around, but I think we've actually passed over that now. So it looks like we should be all good heading into Joburg. Okay, let's do our landing here. So it's 03 right. We'll say it's wet. So let's say good medium, because I think the rain's passed through probably a good 15-20 minutes ago already. Okay. Flaps 30, anti-ice not required. Reverser. We'll say no reverse, because sometimes I struggle to get it to work in flight sim. So we'll not have reverse. Auto brakes, we want to do auto brakes 1, and that's all fine. Import the weather, let's calculate that. Right, so 2 with the wet runway, and that's perfectly fine. So VREF of 143. So let's go in here, flaps 30. 138, we'll do 143. Can I change that if I do 143 like so? Perfect. Okay, there we come to our descent now. It's 130, and we'll just stay on this approach until control tells us something else. So we are doing auto brakes 2. Yeah, something I still need to figure out with the 777 is the reverse thrust. Because on the 737, you hold down the reverse button and you push the throttles forward. It doesn't seem to work the same on the 777, so still need to work that out. I actually normally just do it with a key on my keyboard, which you just hold down, and it reduces the thrust all the way and then continues into reverse. But I'd like to get it to work on my actual hardware as well. Right. Didn't do it earlier, but it's probably a good idea to actually go through the checklists. What am I looking for? This one. So actually, let's put this back. Oops. Like so. What I normally do is just bring it up over here. I'm just going to override these ones that I never did. Okay, so recall checked, nodes checked, auto brake level 2. VREF is set, landing flaps 30 and 143. And approach briefing is complete. I guess we can actually do a bit of a briefing, so let's go back here. That's what I want. Why is this taking so long? Okay, that's better. Star. So we are on Nivex 1 Bravo, which is this one. So might as well add that to pinned. Okay, so we'll follow the star. This is all programmed in. And we're obviously doing this one. So 210 and 8,000 at Juliet Sierra 012. 210 and 8,000. That's perfect. And then right turn
Aircraft
all
copy.
8,000
Did not
feet.
copy.
That was me. I pushed the control button, which is my push to talk. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. All at 8,000. So we need to be above 8,000 at all of these points, and that's all in there. So that's perfect. Right. Then, and we're going to be at 210 knots through that whole process. So we'll have a bit of flaps in as well. Okay, then in terms of approach, it's 03 right, and we're doing ILS Zulu, which is this one. Okay, and this is the stuff we can now fill out as part of this process. Okay, missed approach, go back to 8,000, and we'll follow the procedure, but that'll be vectors as far as I know. Yeah. Okay, intercept at 8,000 feet. Minimums 5710 barrow, and it's 109.134. So let's come in here. Cool, that's set 109.134, and we'll have to set the minimums, which is a bit of a process. Crazy zoom setting am I on here? Right. So we'll make sure that this is set to barrow, which it is, and it's at 5,710, I think. Take forever. Oh yes, you can do it like this to go faster. There we go. It is 5710, so it was correct. Okay, so we need to get the QNH right to use barrows. So that's all set. And our QNH is, if I double check, 1018. That's set. Alright, that's the approach briefing complete. So next would be our altimeters. Transition level here. Not gonna have it on this one, is it? 8,000. Cool. So basically just before we get down to the altitude that we're going to actually intercept at. Actually done this flight pretty quickly. It's supposed to be over 2 hours. 1 hour 17 in the air. Did have a nice tailwind the whole way, so looks like we're going to be okay with weather. I think the storms have kind of moved past Joburg. Joburg Metal just updated. Temperature 15, winds 30 at 7, very chilled. Few clouds at 3,000 feet, QNH 1018 still, so that's no rain or thunderstorms reported in the area. Passing flight level 240. Still need further descent from ATC down to 8,000. Now, interestingly enough, I was watching a video of a real world, I think it was Air France crew operating into Joburg, and they actually turned their landing lights and other lights on, not at 10,000 feet, but 10,000 feet above the field elevation, which would be about 15,000. Joburg's at 5,500 feet, so roughly 15,500, which I thought all airlines actually said it at exactly 10,000 feet. Again, I'm not a real pilot, but so that was interesting. So I think we'll do that for fun as well. Up to the city, all the lights ahead of us, 21,000 feet. Kind of bouncy up here. What's that wind doing? 47 knots, mostly left crosswind. Bit of cloud around, but nothing serious. Looks like we're already underneath most of that anyway.
Cargo 101 Heavy, contact Gaborone Control 126.1.
That's interesting. 126.1, Cargo 101 Heavy. center, cargo 101 heavy, passing flight level 180 for 130.
Cargo 101 heavy, Copernic control identified.
Why did we go over to Gaborone? If anything, we should be handed over to Johannesburg approach. Anyway. Okay, 170. 15,500 feet will do all the lights. Should start that right-hand turn shortly. Still need further descent to 8,000. Okay, down to 210 knots, that's correct, so we'll watch the speeds for flaps. So it'll be flaps 1 at 210. Could actually go flaps 5 if we needed to, and even flaps all the way up to flaps 20. But
Cargo 101
looking at the
heavy,
speeds, it's just
contact Johannesburg approach 124.5.
124.5, cargo 101 heavy. Good day. Good evening, more like it. Johannesburg approach, cargo 101 heavy, flight level 157, descending 130. Okay, let's go flaps 5. Sorry, flaps 1.
Cargo 101 heavy, verify information proper.
We have information proper, cargo 101 heavy.
Cargo 101 heavy, Johannesburg approach. QNH 1018, expect radar vectors for ILS Whiskey runway 03 right.
Wants us on whiskey. QNH 1018 and vectors ILS Whiskey, runway 03 right, cargo 101 heavy. Okay, so let's go and change that then.
Cargo 101 heavy, descend to flight level 100.
Flight level 100, cargo 101 heavy. Zero 03 right whiskey. That's it. Switch that. It shouldn't make any difference to our minimums and all of that because it's the same runway. That's Zulu, so we can take that out. Where is whiskey? There. Let's pin that one and bring that up and just double check. Okay, different missed approach, but still 8,000 feet. 5710, that's cool. Oh, and intercept at 9,000 instead of 8. That's good to know. What was that ping about?
Cargo 101 heavy, descend to 8,000 feet. QNH 1018.
Sent to 8,000 feet, QNH 1018, cargo 101 heavy. Might be very high. And that's interesting because this has us at 9,000, but he's given us down to 8. But that's fine, we'll follow ATC. given us any vectors either. He said radar vectors for 03 right, which has not happened. We are still on the star, but all looking good. Didn't actually do the lights because I'm so used to 10,000 feet.
Cargo 101 heavy, leave JS014 heading 035, expect radar vectors for ILS Whiskey runway 03 right.
Is that waypoint? Leave JS014 heading 035 and expect radar vectors runway 03 right. I didn't say my call sign, man.
Cargo 101 heavy, 11 miles from C03RW, flight present heading, maintain flight level 090 until established, cleared ILS Whiskey runway 03 right.
Maintain 9,000 feet until established, cleared ILS Whiskey runway 03 right, cargo 101 heavy. Already established.
Negative, maintain flight level 090.
Maintain flight level 090, cargo at 101 heavy. Johannesburg approach, cargo 101 heavy, established ILS Whiskey, runway 03 right. Okay, we're...
Cargo 101
set this to
heavy,
8.
roger.
Because that's our go around as well. We're about to capture the glide slope. So let's start slowing down as well. We'll go flaps 5. We are now 15 miles out. Flaps 15 we can do at 230, so let's do that to try and slow down a bit. Okay, there we go, speed's coming down. Slowly catching up to that glide slope. Pitching up like this. Okay, 143 is our ref. Let's start slowing down all the way to that speed. We need to catch up to the glide slope.
Cargo 101 heavy. Contact Johannesburg Tower 118.6.
18.6, cargo 101 heavy. Johannesburg Tower, cargo 101 heavy, established ILS Whiskey 03 right. Okay, gears coming down.
Cargo 101 heavy, Johannesburg Tower, wind 050 at 3, runway 03 right cleared to land.
Clear to land, runway 03 right, cargo 101 heavy.
2500.
Okay, next stage of flaps. And should be on The glide slope finally, please. I don't know why the glide slope doesn't want to work. Okay, more flaps. 1800 radio. Okay, flaps full. Should capture now. There we go. Okay, auto brake, flaps, gear, lights. Minimums. Missed approach altitude.
1,000.
Altimeters. Okay, speed brakes armed. Perfect. 1,000 feet stable. Only just, but we are. 700 feet. Let's take the auto throttle off. And I have control. And we are cleared to land.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue. $50, $30, $20, $10.
That wasn't the softest landing I've seen. Contact ground for your parking assignment, then shut down your engine.
Okay, we've got manual braking, and we can probably make this exit to the left here.
Cargo 101 Heavy, exit left at Romeo Sierra.
Left on Romeo Sierra, Cargo 101 Heavy. Okay, flaps coming up.
Cargo 101 Heavy, contact ground 122.65. Have a good evening.
Actually gonna go straight here. 122.65, Cargo 101 Heavy. Don't really want to make that super sharp turn, so we'll just get onto this taxiway so that they know that I've gone this way. Okay, landing lights, strobes. APU, transponder. Contact ground. This is why you need two pilots. So this is where FS2Crew makes a big difference as well. Can't wait for that to come out for the 777. Johannesburg ground, Cargo 101 Heavy, request taxi.
Cargo 101 Heavy, welcome to Johannesburg. Say parking or advise if need assignment.
I need to find out our parking here. So it's gate Echo 9. Gate Echo 9 for Cargo 101 Heavy.
Cargo 101 Heavy, unfortunately, Gate 904 Echo isn't available at this airport. Please choose another.
Let's see. they're only giving us some cargo options. Where the hell are those? They're all the way down there. Cargo Delta 12 for Cargo 101 Heavy.
Cargo 101 Heavy, Cargo 124 Delta does not exist at this airport.
Where do you get 124
Please
from?
select another.
Allocated cargo ramp for Cargo 101 Heavy. Okay, let's just see what they give us.
Cargo 101 Heavy, Cargo Delta 12 taxi via
Delta the
hotel.
one I wanted.
Hold short, runway 03 left.
Taxi Cargo Delta 12 via hotel. Hold short, runway 03 left, Cargo 101 Heavy. Okay, a lot going on there, trying to steer and write down and push to talk. And look at the available ramps. Okay, so we're on hotel now, and it's actually a good job we went this way because we can go straight across. And I wonder if they're obviously not taking us onto Charlie, which would be right just past this taxiway. So we're gonna go cross on hotel and then either, well, right on either Alpha or Delta. Probably, yeah, so we could go right on Delta all the way to the ramp, or right on Alpha and then Golf 10, left on Golf 10, right on Delta into the ramp. So hopefully they take us straight onto Delta and then it's just right and into the ramp. Yeah, not my best landing ever according to Neofly. She said it wasn't the softest landing. To 03 left now. Ground Cargo 101 Heavy, holding short, runway 03 left.
Cargo 101 Heavy, I didn't get that.
Holding short, runway 03 left, Cargo 101 Heavy.
Cargo 101 Heavy, cross runway 03 left at hotel. Continue taxi via hotel, Delta.
Cross runway 03 left at hotel, continue taxi via hotel and Delta, Cargo 101 Heavy. That was the routing that we wanted. That's Alpha to the right now. This one is Delta. Delta 35, we are Delta 12. Wonder if it's going to be named the same. Other side, Golf 11, which is this little taxiway to the right here. '26, 25, and 24. And then 77 apparently, according to Beyond ATC. There's no 21 on there. Is that 77? I doubt it. No, it's 20. This is Delta 77 and then Delta 17. Oh geez, we're going all the way past Golf 10 as well. The next little taxiway. 18, okay, then it should be 12. As we see on the taxiway markings. 17, 16. This one is listed as 66. Oh, there's 66 in the middle. And then ours should be the next one. 13 and 12. Parking brake set. Okay, hydraulic panel and fuel pumps. Brake set and cut-off switches. Right, ADIRU off, emergency lights off, IFE and utility.
Stand by, pilot. Cargo unloading.
Window heats. Those are done. We'll leave this on for now as they're busy unloading. Same with the APU. Packs. Yes, we can turn on. Right, that's done. Decently on the line. Let's go and set the chocks. And we will request all of this stuff. Except for that one. Let's check our maintenance status. We've got one tire that's maybe... That's fine, it's still kind of green. Everything else looks good. Right, so if we jump out here, there we are, safely arrived at Johannesburg or Tambo again. Not the best landing ever, but we are nice and safely on the ground in our brand new 777. I don't actually know if I mentioned at the beginning of the video, but the airline owns this 777. It's not rented, it is fully owned, which was a big chunk of money. But we're going to be doing a whole bunch of flights in this coming up. Myself and the AI pilots, we want to run this 777 non-stop so that it can make money for the airline. But in the next video, we're going to be taking it on a bit of a longer flight. So If you want to stay tuned and continue watching the Neofly series, you know what to do down below. If you made it all the way to this part of the video, as always, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.